Something is being revealed right at this very moment. And you need to hear this now, not tomorrow, not later, right now. There's a difference between waiting for a sign and actually living inside of it without even realizing it. You are inside the sign. You are inside the movement. And what I'm about to reveal is going to completely change how you interpret what's been happening over the past few days. Pay close attention. When you wake up at 3 in the morning with this person's name echoing in your mind, it's not insomnia. When you feel an unexplainable presence beside you even though you're alone, it's not your imagination. When impossible coincidences start piling up at a frequency that defies logic, it's not luck. It's God adjusting frequencies. It's the universe recalibrating coordinates. It's the moment when two separate timelines begin to converge before becoming one. You've been carrying something heavy. And it wasn't just longing, it was the loneliness of knowing something that nobody around you can validate. You tried to explain and people looked at you with pity. You need to move on, they said. That person has already forgotten about you, they insisted. And with each one of those phrases, a part of you started to doubt what you felt, started to question whether that deep connection was real or if you romanticized something ordinary. But here's the truth. Divine connections don't need to make sense to outsiders. They were written in a language that only two specific souls can decipher. And you deciphered it. You always knew. And that wasn't crazy. It was spiritual perception operating at levels most people will never access. The weight you've been carrying wasn't weakness. It was faithfulness. Faithfulness to something your spirit recognized as true, even when your mind tried to convince you otherwise. Let me give you something concrete to verify today. In the last 7 days, how many times have you seen this person's name appear in writing? Not just thought about them, but actually saw the name physically, on an advertisement, in someone else's conversation, on a sign. 3 times? 5? More? This isn't your brain looking for patterns. It's tangible evidence of active synchronicity. Here's how it works in practice. When two people are being prepared for a divine reunion, the spiritual field starts bleeding markers into the physical world. Repeated numbers at exact times 1111, 222 aren't statistical chance. They're temporal coordinates. Recurring dreams with the same person, especially dreams where you talk and you wake up remembering specific details, are spiritual rehearsals of what's coming. Write this down. If in the last 30 days you've had at least 3 of these verifiable signs, it's not blind hope. It's active confirmation that something has been set in motion. And there's more. If you've started hearing songs that were yours playing in random places, if people mention this person without you having talked about them, if you find objects that remind you of them without looking for them, all of these are physical markers of a spiritual reality that's gaining density. Now I'm going to show you something in Scripture that's going to give you absolute certainty. In Genesis 24, we have the story of Isaac and Rebekah, and it reveals exactly how God operates destined reunions. Pay attention to the details because they're prophetic for you. Isaac had just lost his mother Sarah. He was in deep mourning, and Abraham, his father, knew there was a specific woman destined for him, but she was far away, in a distant land, living her life without knowing her destiny was being prepared. Abraham sent his servant with a clear mission: find the right woman. And here's the crucial detail most people ignore. The servant prayed, asking for a specific sign. He said, "The right woman will be the one who not only gives me water when I ask, but who will offer water for my camels too." This is important because camels drink up to 100 liters of water. Offering water to 10 camels meant intense work, voluntary effort, a generous heart. It wasn't something just anyone would do. It was a deep character test. And here's the part that's going to give you chills. Even before the servant finished praying, Rebekah appeared. Genesis 24-15 literally says, "Before he had finished praying, Rebekah came out." God didn't wait for the prayer to end. He was already moving the answer while the request was still being formed. And when the servant asked for water, Rebekah didn't just give it. She ran to get water for all the camels too. And the text says the servant watched her closely to learn whether or not the Lord had made his journey successful. He didn't force it, didn't rush it. He just watched God working. And here's what this means for you. While you think you're waiting, God is already moving this person in your direction. Even before you finish asking, the answer is already in motion. And what you need to do now isn't chase after them. It's to watch in silence while God confirms that yes, this is real. This is His doing. Anxiety wants you to force it, but faith invites you to witness it. And pay attention to the timing revealed in this story. Rebekah wasn't looking for Isaac. She was simply living her life with purpose. She went to the well to draw water, a common daily task, when destiny found her. And here's the deep lesson for you. While waiting for this person, don't stop living. Don't wither in expectation. Don't put your life on pause. Keep building, keep growing, keep developing who you are. Because when they come back, they need to find someone vibrant, whole, living with purpose. Not someone empty waiting to be filled. And you know what happens when you live like this? The reunion accelerates. Because true love isn't attracted to neediness disguised as devotion. It's attracted to wholeness that chooses to share, not emptiness that needs to be filled. Isaac also wasn't desperately searching. He trusted the process. And when Rebekah arrived, everything flowed naturally because both were ready. Let me be straight about what's happening with this person right now. They're feeling you with an intensity that scares them. They wake up and you're the first thought. They try to focus on other things and you invade their mind without permission. They see couples and compare everything to what you two had, and nothing compares. They tried other connections, other faces, and everything felt empty. Because when God connects two people at the soul level, there's no substitute. There are only imitations that make what was lost even more evident. But here's what they don't know yet. What seems lost wasn't lost. It was temporarily removed to be returned, transformed. And they're starting to realize this. The defenses are falling. The pride is cracking. And very soon, they're going to stop fighting what they've always known to be true. God is using every moment of their dissatisfaction with other situations to create a hunger for something real. And you are the real thing they walked away from. There's a spiritual law that few people understand. Souls that were written together in the divine plan remain connected regardless of physical distance. It works like two synchronized clocks. You can put one in New York and another in Tokyo, they'll keep marking the same time. You two are synchronized clocks. And that's why when they think about you intensely, you feel it physically. A tightness in your chest with no medical cause, an unexplainable wave of heat, a sensation of presence that makes you turn around and see no one. This isn't psychological. It's the connection between two frequencies tuned to the same note. And the closer to the reunion, the more this connection intensifies. Like two magnets, the closer you bring them, the stronger the pull. You're being brought closer, and you're feeling the force of this increasing every day. This sensation doesn't diminish over time. It increases, because it's not fed by memory, it's fed by active destiny. But maybe you're tired. Tired of carrying this certainty alone. Tired of waking up at 3 a.m. with that tightness in your chest, with no one to validate what you're feeling. Tired of hearing you need to move on when every cell in your body knows this person was written with you from the beginning. That loneliness of having such a deep truth and not being able to explain it to anyone, I understand completely. And I want you to know, you don't have to keep carrying this without direction. There's a path to transform this waiting into real preparation. A path that will help you recognize the signs God is sending right now and truly prepare yourself for when this reunion happens, because it will happen. I've prepared something very carefully for people exactly like you, who recognize this divine connection and want to be ready when the moment comes. It's in the first pinned comment, waiting for you. If your heart resonated with what I've shared so far, that's a sign it was made for you. And speaking of signs, let me show you exactly what the concrete markers are that the reunion isn't just a distant hope, but a reality that's rapidly approaching. Because it's one thing to feel the connection, it's another to know with precision that the final movement has already begun. I'm going to give you 3 concrete markers that the reunion is in countdown mode. First, you've started dreaming differently. They're no longer confusing dreams. They're dreams where you two talk with clarity, where you wake up remembering specific details, even exact phrases that were said. This means that on the spiritual plane, you're already reconnecting. The spiritual reunion always precedes the physical one. God allows your souls to touch first, so that when your bodies meet again, there's no awkwardness. Second, the anxiety has decreased and been replaced by a strange certainty. Before, you were desperate. You compulsively checked your phone. You created mental scenarios. Now you simply know. It's not logical, but you know. This certainty is confirmation that the preparation work has been completed in you. Third, obstacles have started moving on their own. That problem that held you back resolved itself without you forcing it. That person who occupied emotional space left your life naturally. Closed doors opened without you pushing. When God is about to bring someone, He clears the field first, removes everything that could compete or complicate. And your field is being cleared right now. Pay attention to this. If you're recognizing these markers in your own life right now, know that the preparation work I mentioned is available in the first pinned comment. It was created exactly for this moment in your journey. The reunion won't come with a marked date or advance notice, but it will happen in a specific way that you'll recognize instantly. It'll be simple, almost ordinary. You'll be somewhere, maybe a place you used to go together, maybe a completely new place neither of you frequented before, and suddenly, without warning, there they'll be. And what happens in that second will prove that everything you felt during all these months was absolutely real. Your eyes will meet, and a wave of recognition will cross through both bodies simultaneously. It won't be like seeing someone you know casually. It'll be like seeing someone your soul has always known, even before this life. And in that moment, all the fear you've carried will evaporate instantly. All the doubt that tormented you will disappear. Because it'll be so obvious, so clear, so inevitable, that you'll wonder how you managed to live apart for so long. The right words will come later, but the recognition will come first. Silent, deep, undeniable. So what is God asking of you at this crucial moment? 3 specific and practical things. First, stop obsessively monitoring their life on social media. Every time you compulsively check looking for signs, you're operating in anxiety, not faith. And anxiety delays divine processes. Second, keep building your life intentionally. Invest in yourself. Develop your skills. Chase your dreams. Strengthen your friendships. Deepen your spirituality. Not to impress them when they come back. To honor who God called you to be, regardless of any relationship. Third, pray differently and more maturely. Stop praying, God, make them come back to me now. Start praying, God, prepare their heart, heal their deep wounds, remove the fears that paralyze them, show them who they really are in your eyes. When you pray like this, you stop being someone desperate for an outcome. You become a mature intercessor. And mature intercessors move mountains that desperate people can't even see. While you're doing this work of building your life intentionally and praying with maturity, you might be wondering, How exactly do I prepare to be ready when they come back? That's the right question. And the answer lies in understanding not just what to expect, but how to become someone capable of sustaining a love of this magnitude when it finally manifests. The guide, How to Attract and Recognize True Love, was created exactly for this, to help you leave behind the patterns that sabotage divine reunions and truly prepare yourself to receive what God is finalizing. You'll find it in the first pinned comment. And now, receive this word. You're going to receive a confirmation so clear, so undeniable, that you won't have any more doubts. It could be a prophetic dream where you two talk and you wake up knowing exactly what was said. It could be an unexpected encounter that couldn't have been humanly planned. It could simply be a supernatural peace flooding your chest at a random moment of the day, and you know, without knowing how, that it's because something has definitively changed. But you'll know. And when you know, don't chase after them hastily trying to force what God is finishing. Just give thanks with a full heart, because that confirmation means everything is aligning at the right time. Proverbs 13:12 says, "Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life." Your hope won't be cruelly deferred anymore. The deep desire of your heart is about to become a tree of life that bears fruit, shade, beauty. Not because you earned it by being perfect, but because